You know, I'm gonna do this the best way I can because I'm sick. You know, what do I have to say about this Raw after Mania, huh? After watching this show and sitting there thinking to myself about it, what can I say about it, huh? This felt very lackluster, and we're gonna get to the ending part of how it just really took a fucking 180 on everybody. Why the show was just pretty much damn near hijacked in almost the last 10-15 minutes of the show. But just watching the Raw after Mania itself, which usually is supposed to be a very exciting time because you don't know what to expect from debuts to returns, and we got that tonight. I'm not saying there wasn't any, but still, there's just something I felt like there was missing watching this show. And I couldn't tell what. I don't know if it was the crowd reaction. I feel like WWE is now known about the, they now know what to do about the night after WrestleMania crowd. And I have this phone call, which I don't know what's happening right now. Hold on, I'm on the other line. I'll call you back. No, I really am on the other line. I'll call you back. I really am on the other line though. Alright, but sorry about that. But like I said, this show, I felt like it was something missing from this night after WrestleMania, though, okay? And I usually, it's like I said, WWE has kind of become smart about this nowadays. They know how to just keep the fans happy so they don't really hijack the show and go nuts with it and just throwing beach balls and stuff, which we got that anyways, but still, I think WWE's just become real smart about this. Now, was there some points of this show that were just feeling like it was another episode of Monday Night Raw? Hell yeah, it was a lot of points that were on there, but at least, the crowd did pop for some things, and we got a little surprises, but in a way, it just felt lackluster to me, and it almost felt like at some points it was almost another episode of Monday Night Raw. That's what it really felt like, so there were some good, there were some bad, but it just almost like these 3 hours, I'm not saying they just kind of went by, but there was some bullshit into this. But we did start off with a hot opener in Brooklyn, though, too. Brooklyn, New York, I should count also. With, Seth coming out as fans chanted, "You deserve it" at him. He says, no, we deserved it. As, he said he could now finally hold his title over his head, that now he had climbed Mount Everest, beating the most dominant champion in WWE history, and as the fans chanted, "Thank you, Rollins," did. He thanked the fans, and he says, "Let me be real with you guys for a minute. I feel terrible." Pretty much he got his shit kicked in last night, and, I felt like I was hit by a Mack truck taking all those German suplexes, and, every time it ragdoll and F5'd on the ground, and everything, Lesnar did to dish out at me, he just got right back up and kept going. And yes, he did some questionable tactics of low blowing him, but Lesnar would have done the same thing too. Fans chanted, full-time champ. As he said, Paul Heyman and, Brock Lesnar were pretty much on their way to Las Vegas. Hopefully they never come back, because that Brock Lesnar is no longer, the longest reigning, defended undisputed champion, and that he is now. He will be a fighting champion for the people. So pretty much no more invisible champion on Monday Night Raw. No more invisible champion. But then next thing you know, the New Day's music hit. Big E's introduction. Kofi comes out with the New Day, the new WWE champion. Fans chant Kofi and everything. They chant for Kofi when he comes out there, and his Seth look confused, saying it's Monday, not Tuesday. But as King said, the superstar shakeup is until next week, but doesn't mean, it's not next week right now. And we got a celebration on SmackDown for Kofi tomorrow night, as Biggie put out. But they said this man has won his first WWE championship in 11 years, and Woods and them all dancing. He's the new WWE heavyweight champion as he starts humping the ground and Big E did a split that got a big pop. But, Kofi said, I was watching backstage the main event of WrestleMania last night with his kids, and he talked about the thing he got from Becky Lynch of a winner-take-all match. So how about we do this tonight, winner-take-all? And he says, no Shield, no New Day, just you guys, us two out there for the title, face to face. He had said, "Do you accept the challenge?" As the fans chanted, "Yes, did," and this is awesome. He said, "Challenge accepted." The crowd went nuts. Which, if I'm saying, like, we're gonna do two winner take all matches in 2 nights now, okay? Because it pretty much tells me this was not gonna end when it was gonna be, some type of interference or something screwy was gonna happen, and we'll get into that anyways. But I could just tell right off the bat it was gonna be some type of interference or something going on, because even I don't think they were gonna let this go through all the way of doing a winner take all championship match. Okay, I really didn't think that. We'll say also, just real quick, that welcome to this Raw review. Make sure you check out my WrestleMania review. Also, it was over an hour and 25 minutes, by the way. A lot to talk about on that show. Please check that out. But like I said, really great promo to begin for both Seth and Kofi Kingston out there. Pretty much set up this winner take all, even though it looked like you would set this up for a couple of months if someone just told me, not just do it randomly tonight in another one of these matches. But pretty much then after that, we had Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins versus the Revival for the Tag Team Championships in a rematch. I thought WWE stopped that rematch clauses last time I remember. So why did the Revival get another rematch after they lost last night? I thought WWE like, hey, we're not doing no more rematch clauses. WWE can't keep up with their own shit that they write most of the time, and logic. That's their logic for you. Pretty much, the Revival beat up Hawkins and Ryder throughout most of the match. They hit the Shatter Machine on Ryder. Hawkins got the roll-up win, pretty much beating the Revival then. Once again, killed the Revival again out there. I don't know. I will say this. Since the Superstar Shakeup is next week, just send these guys to SmackDown. If you don't send them to SmackDown, I'm damn near really pretty much on the verge, as many others said, AEW at this point. I'm sure Billy Gunn may have talked to those guys during the Hall of Fame ceremony and said, hey, you want to come to AEW, face the Young Bucks? You want to face them? 10, 20, whatever star matches we're going with this shit nowadays. Star, or whatever. But it'd be a badass match, though. But the Revival, I just don't know sometimes. So hopefully they go to SmackDown by next week, because they just need to change the scenery. Or then again, the booking could be the same over there for all I know. I don't know about the Revival sometimes, but at this point, for some reason, I'm just waiting on the day they leave. I don't know why. I'm just waiting on the day they just leave this company, because they're just doing shit with these guys. And hey, you might as well be rewarding Dash Wilder after what he did Saturday at the Hall of Fame, like I said before. But the Revival, I just don't know. Even when they were the champions, they still were treated like job guys, okay? They got their shit kicked in by damn near Ricochet and Black almost every week. After literally 1 week, they won the titles and lost them in about 2 minutes, okay, to the NXT guys. So that's the Revival there for you, folks. But moving on from this tag team title match then, we went to Baron Corbin, as Mike Rome gave him this grand announcement of him being Brooklyn's favorite son. And as you know, he sat there and boasted and gloated, beating Kurt Angle. What did he do when he kept talking about beating Kurt Angle and everything? I said about the Revival. So got my point across on that. But yeah, the Corbin thing next. Of course, he had this grand entrance by Mike Rome, which he was Brooklyn's son and being an Olympic gold medalist. Pretty much as Corbin, pretty much like I said, he was gloating, and as he gloated, the fans chanted, "Shut the fuck up," chants to him. People, he said, "Real classy, New York, real classy." And, he called everyone in New York a bunch of dirty New Yorkers then, and he talked about his list of accomplishments and that he's better than an Olympic gold medalist and he deserves one of his own. Kurt Angle came out then and got a big pop as fans chanted, "Thank you, Kurt." Angle thanked the fans then, and, his career is over, but Corbin's is just getting started. Angle pretty much, wishes him all the luck in the world, and he said, bad luck after shaking his hand. Angle slam, then ankle lock on him, which Corbin pretty much ran under the rope stands and got out of there. Next thing you know, Lars Sullivan comes out to debut, a guy we've been waiting on for months now, which he was supposed to debut months ago, but he had like a panic attack, or I think it was an anxiety attack, and just he disappeared. He pretty much ran off and disappeared. We didn't see him. I remember he got heat for that. And, he came out, he hit the freak accident on Angle, and then hit him with a diving headbutt. Fans then chanted asshole at him after that. I will say this about Sullivan, because I didn't know where the guy went, because they were really hyping him up at one point. He just disappeared because of being a head case, as some people say. I guess he's probably, sorted out his issues or whatever problems he had now, so now he can actually come back. And because I think the idea I heard was he was going to face John Cena at WrestleMania, but they said the guy disappeared at the Rumble, I believe, and he was gone. He just was gone. So, hopefully he's got all his stuff together. Personally, I just think the guy is still green in a way, just kind of given what I saw from NXT, even in the match with Aleister Black back at TakeOver Chicago too. Something about him just still is green to me, but Vince loves the big guys, and he's going to keep him on Raw. I know the shakeup is next week, but I wouldn't be surprised if they keep him on Raw with the Land of the Giants. Hopefully they don't make him into another Strowman, because they've already made Strowman into almost a comedy joke at this point. So hopefully it'll be a different outcome for him. As for Kurt Angle, he can't even get a good send-off. Like, you have him losing Mania, and now I guess he put him over Sullivan. I guess he did, but the guy still can't get a good send-off that I even wonder if it was even a send-off at this point. It just feels like another Angle to me. It really does. Alexa Bliss, who can surprisingly still wrestle in this company, who hasn't wrestled in months. Ever since she's come back, she has not wrestled and had her host the show and everything. So they put her in the ring, since she wants to talk about Sasha and Bayley at WrestleMania, how they squandered what they did. They put her against Bayley, which they just... The only thing I can say for what Bayley did was that sunset flip off of Bliss and knocking her head into the second turnbuckle. But pretty much after they went out the ring and came back in, Bliss hit Bayley with a DDT, and it was over after that. Do they continue to job out Bayley? Yeah, Bayley, I don't even know at this point. Even after they lost the titles, they just make Bayley look bad just going against a returning Bliss. So I don't know, all right? I honestly don't know. But then again, like I said, it could be a lot of shakeups next week. Bayley and Sasha, two people that really need to go most likely to SmackDown, really, both of them, because I don't know who's going next week. We don't know what's going on. We just know it's going to be a lot of changes. Hopefully it benefits whoever, because a lot of these people desperately need to be on a different show. If not, gone from this company for all I know. But just Bliss killing Bayley out there, it's just something about it is really bad. I don't know. It's just really, really bad. And we've seen these two face each other before, but it's always almost been the same result outcome. Becky Lynch came out with both Raw and SmackDown titles. A big pop for her, as the fans chanted, "You deserve it." When they actually showed the video package of what happened last night at Mania and the main event, they blacked out the finish of the match, and they just kind of went to black and her win the championship. They didn't want to talk about the whole botch or controversial finish with the pin thing with Rousey and her getting right back up. So I think they didn't even want to mention that, even though everyone knows. So there you go. And as she said, we did it. She talked about how she left her home at 15 and how she worked in a bar in this arena about 9 years ago, not too far from here. She said she should be called now Becky Two Belts and everything, as it got Becky Two Belts chance. She had walked into WrestleMania nothing, but she has now walked away of WrestleMania with everything. And she said she may not be the strongest, fastest, most athletic person in the company, but she's got a good theme song, which people immediately sang in. And as the fans were singing it, she knows something about survival. That is the best thing she has done, and has been survival. Pretty much, so when Rousey's done soaking Ronnie there, the man will be ready to knock her head off. I'm sure Charlotte will get another title shot from the McMahons, maybe the tag belts this time. So there you go. And she says, she's a marked woman now. A big target is on her back. But she wants to make everyone remember that this redheaded letter will knock all their heads off. And as Becky was leaving, Grandpa Simpson, Lacey Evans comes out. She does her runway thing, but it looked at Becky and punched her in, which pretty much sets up Insta Feud, which both women brawl trying to knock each other to the Titantron. Becky tried to get the disarmor on her, but Lynch, not Lynch, but Lacey got away after that. So I'm gonna assume this is now a feud. Why Lacey Evans is finally doing something now to get which will most likely be a title shot. Nothing really. This girl has done nothing. She has not wrestled since the Royal Rumble. Okay, that's the last time she's wrestled. And we all know how WWE feels, especially Vince, with blonde heel women. So do not be surprised if they push her for the title. I'm not saying she's gonna win the title, okay, and hopefully that doesn't happen anyways or anytime soon. But just now we're putting her in a feud with Becky though. But this girl has done nothing but just walk back and forth every week. So what has she really done? She's done nothing. She's done nothing. So what do you want me to go off from that? Like, she walked back and forth. That's it. So that's all I can tell you, really, anybody. That's it. Just walk forth, walk back. But it was a good brawl, though. I will say that. But most likely, I'm sure Becky will win out of this. I don't know what. And by the way, we're missing a lot of star power on Monday Night Raw tonight too. A lot of people were not on this show, and I'm gonna get to near that at the end because there's something that did lack this Raw, especially for the night after WrestleMania. They went to Seth talking about challenges, and tonight against Kofi, pretty much said Kingston he admires Kofi, but he's gotta be an A+ to get done tonight. Aleister Black and Ricochet, who are still a team when he gets Rude and Gable, which they want to make them more heel now, which the fans look like they did not care about this match because they started doing the Mexican Wave then. A Ricochet won with a code breaker. No 630 this time, and Rude pretty much knocked Ricochet down as he helped Gable up to his feet then to get him out of the ring. So I guess they're going to be more heel now going against Ricochet and Black. But like I said, Ricochet, him and Black got a good pop out there. They, just come on, they've been in Brooklyn for how many days now? I don't know. You can tell this crowd may be spent in a way, just given the long weekend that they have, and they could be running out of energy, but I'm not really sure myself. Dean Ambrose came out for his last match. His last match, as they said, we're gonna take one more trip to the finals, to the asylum. His last match is going against Lashley. You could have given him a bigger opponent or hyped this up. One thing I will say before Dean Ambrose, though, there was a video package of, I guess it was a box with an umbrella on it, which at first I'm like, Marty Skrull. But the next thing, this buzzard puppet thing popped out of it and started laughing, which sounded like Wyatt. I'm assuming Bray Wyatt is coming back soon. Hopefully they can get this right with him. If this is him, just given by the buzzard and the laugh. So hopefully there will be something from this for him, because we have not seen Bray Wyatt in so long, and every time they brought him back, they've always ended up messing this up. Okay, listen, we haven't seen the guy in a minute. Listen, I know the guy. Hey, you went and fucked your mistress and got a pregnant girlfriend or whatever. Hey man, it amazes me. This dude, what did he do? He leave his whole family, go create another family. I don't know, man. Like, hey, man, fucking it was one thing. Gotta give him credit in the world for that. Respect that. Hey, if that's true, cheating thing, it's wrong and everything. But, hey, whatever you say, I wouldn't say get her pregnant. Listen, JoJo's the shit. I ain't gonna say it. She's hot. But, I don't know, man. This dude pretty much wouldn't create a whole nother family. So, I don't know. It's a lot to say from that, when I heard it, when she got pregnant did. But as Dean Ambrose was out there, Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush came out. Rush had the mic, but he didn't say nothing. As they came to the apron, Lashley pretty much told Ambrose, hey, don't worry. Once you're gone, I'll make sure to take care of your wife for you. Ambrose and Lashley started brawling into pretty much near the announce table. Lashley had speared him because Rush got involved, and they pretty much went to the broadcast table. Lashley picked up Ambrose and slammed him through it. Renee Young pretty much went to help Dean Ambrose after that to make sure he was okay. That pretty much asked for help. The referees came. The fans chanted, thank you, Ambrose. Thank you, Ambrose. Is this really the way Dean Ambrose is going out? Listen, they didn't have anything for WrestleMania. Let's get that straight. But is he really on his way out the door after this? Because is this the send-off we're giving him? Like, is this really the send-off? Because if this is just, I guess WWE didn't really care about him then, if that's the thing. Because, like, is he going to get any payback on Lashley or anything tonight or next week if he comes back next week? I don't know. Like I'm assuming Dean Ambrose is really gone from this company. I really do believe that. I don't know if he really signed a new contract in that. I don't have any detail, but I think he is most likely done, and I think he will be leaving after this if necessary. And maybe we see him in another company. I don't know, Ring of Honor, AEW, Impact. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess right now, but maybe I'm assuming this was the last shot we saw of Dean Ambrose in this. This was his final match, unless something happens next week. I don't know. The Mojo Rawley thing, the man in the mirror himself, QMJ song, saying, "Where were you in Mania?" Which, it showed a blue vein on the side of his face. What is he, Resident Evil character now or something? I don't care about Mojo Rawley. Moving on. The return of Sami Zayn happened as he came out and pretty much tripped his way to the stage. I thought that was a botch, but he kind of recovered. He danced. The crowd pretty much sang along to his theme song, and ole, ole, ole. He said hello, and he says, yeah, if you're going to miss WrestleMania, you got to come back on the night after WrestleMania. And since his schedule is wide open, someone want to face him, let's do it. Finn Balor came out to face him for the Intercontinental Championship. A pretty good match, I will say, too. That was enjoyable. Zayn tried to go for the haluva kick, but Balor dodged it, hitting the coup de grace for a clean win. After that, Finn Balor wearing blue. Could be going to SmackDown next week for all we know, but I said that before when Finn Balor was wearing some blue last time around here, and he still stayed on Raw. But Zayn pretty much had a microphone. He says, you know what, I thought coming back would cure what ails me, but all it did was reinforce what happened for the last 9 months. It seems like you guys generally miss me, but I don't miss you. So Sami Zayn was already a heel when he left, so he's a heel when he still comes back. And he says, WWE's not the super toxic environment, as people say. It's you all. It's not the McMahons, not the guys in the back. It's you all. Your ugliness and, because he said he lives a meaningful, fulfilled life as you all are empty and devoid everything, and you just take the joy out of everything, of being critics. I'm sure this is could pretty much impact any wrestling fans, pretty much. Or, as some say, smart marks. And for some reason, I may get talked about this in a comment for some reason, too. But, he talked about the fans, about, you all are critics over everything. He just ruined the joy of what's going on and stuff. And he says, he called someone a moron, and you don't have any importance in everything. You judge everything, but you don't judge yourselves. Y'all are delusional. You're not the voice of reason that I am, and that you all become the evil overlords of WWE pretty much, all right? So it's like he's cutting his truth promo, almost like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk pipe bomb level, I will say that. And the crowd still cheering for him also, that, I'm not coming back to save the WWE or take over the WWE Triple H impression. And the right thing to do is come out every week and hold each and all of you accountable of your actions, because no one else will. See you in hell. Hey, I'll see you right there too, I'm sure some people said. He dropped the mic and argued with another fan. So Zayn's promo, a very great promo, I will say that. Really good. But like I said, the guy was already healed before he left. And, what's going to happen next week, huh? Will he be back on SmackDown again? This is the shakeup is next week. Could he be back with Kevin Owens again, since Kevin Owens is on SmackDown? Could both of these guys be back on the same show? Because they were a really good team before they messed them up, putting them on Monday Night Raw. They really were. So, I don't know what you can really expect from this. I will say it's good to see Sami Zayn back in general, so that is good. But, like I said, I did like his promo. What will he go next week? I don't know. They interviewed Dana Brooke, which I was not really paying attention, as she congratulated Becky becoming champion, and, women in line to, she says, I'm not the first one in line to face Lynch, but, I'm at the back of the line, but, there's an opportunity in the picture where she will get. I don't understand where they're going with Dana Brooke, so nor do I care either. Elias came out and talked about John Cena, as he actually had some bars of his own, as he pretty much rhymed saying, I got 3 fingers for, he talked about Cena, what you do, the gold shovel, we all know what you do. So I got 3 fingers for you, but the middle one is for you. And then the next person that interrupt me is a dead man, which next thing you know, Undertaker comes out, a very slim down Undertaker, I will say too, but a little bit more in shape also, because the guy had a gut last time we saw him, but it was pretty much gone, and he looked good out there, I will say that. Must be doing some type of yoga. Must be working out really hard. I don't know why Undertaker wasn't at WrestleMania. They didn't do this, but they saved him for the night after WrestleMania, which this was like the biggest pop out of the night, especially for Undertaker coming out. He came out, looked at Elias. Elias was gonna go away. Fans chanted, Taker's gonna kill you, and they chanted holy shit and everything. Pretty much he tried to charge at Taker. Taker big boots him, choke slam, knocks off his hat. He does the tombstone. Fans count 1, 2, 3, win, and pretty much they bury Elias, I should say. So Undertaker is out there because it's Undertaker. He didn't show up at WrestleMania, but they sure as hell made sure he showed up the night after WrestleMania if he wasn't gonna be on WrestleMania last night. Cause even I said no Undertaker, huh? There you go, no dead man. As the winner take all match was about to begin, Kofi versus Seth Rollins. What can I say? The match was going out well first, but next thing you know, no contest because the Bar come out, which are not even on Raw and on SmackDown. And I'm thinking something different's gonna happen. Like I said, I was waiting for some debut or return to happen, or maybe it was gonna be a different team, but no, the Bar comes out. And, they all pretty much brawled in. And then Seth said, we'll do this match some other time. But right now, they wanted you two right now. Which pretty much the fans, I don't know, man. Because the thing is this, you built this winner take all thing. But then you just have just an interference from random team for no reason. And it's the Bar, so I don't know what was the point of doing this. And in the last 10 minutes of the show, the crowd turns on the whole show. They chant bullshit. There's AEW, very loud AEW chants, and even the New Day's theme song, AEW, AEW. So at least the fans know what AEW is. They start playing with the beach balls. I know there was several of them I heard to what I've read. Cesaro went out there and actually broke one, from which I, popped it, because I don't know how y'all let him get the ball if y'all throwing it somewhere far in. Like, what, does he just rush y'all? Y'all know how to take the ball from him? Like, shit, man, it's my ball, nigga. I ain't let you touch my beach ball if I'm throwing it around. But the crowd they were so pissed at the end of this part of the show. This is like what I was waiting for, really, of the crowd to hijack this show. But it ended with just this stupid tag team match. And then I heard fans actually walked out during the match too. So they didn't even want to see it after I guess they were that pissed. So AEW chants, bullshit chants, the beach ball mania, people chanted beach ball. I think it was several beach balls because either some got popped, one was popped by Cesaro, and then one was knocked out of Cesaro's hand, and then I heard there was more, and it's like I said, WWE has gotten smart to this nowadays. Okay, they know how to tame the crowd when it comes to night after WrestleMania, because they don't want them to get crazy, to hijack the show and do the whole cheer everybody that boos or boo everyone that you usually cheer type of deal. So this was not a good way to end off on, in my opinion. Kofi, Seth win, Trouble in Paradise, curb stop, whatever, bump fist. That's just the thing from that. But just a bad way to end the show. Personally, I think this Raw after Mania was just very lackluster. You didn't really see a lot of... Okay, you saw Sami Zayn, that was good. Undertaker was a surprise, and Lars Sullivan finally debuting. But other than that, Kofi being on Raw, even though he's supposed to be on SmackDown, was whatever. They didn't really bring anybody back, okay? No one was really brought back to this show or any other NXT debuts. Hopefully SmackDown has something better, but I can't say I was a fan of this Monday Night Raw. Especially, this almost felt like a regular episode of Raw. Because when you hear Raw after Mania, it's supposed to be a fun show. A very fun show. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So I don't understand the meaning behind this, or the logic, or what idea was this. Like I said, they've gotten smart. They know what to do with these crowd nowadays. It may be a loud crowd from all around the world, but it just they were there, but it wasn't nothing spectacular, mind-blowing. Like I said, I kept sitting there waiting for something big, like really big to happen. Like, okay, what's gonna jump out of the seat? And the chance didn't even come to the end because you just had a stupid no contest and tried to build a winner-take-all thing all night, and then it didn't even happen. What happens on SmackDown tomorrow? I don't know, other than the Kofi celebration. But this Raw was that good. You didn't, like I said, you didn't even see a lot of big stars on there like you usually see. Like no Ronda, no Charlotte, no Roman Reigns, no Braun Strowman, no who else was that? Oh, we know Brock wasn't gonna be there, but I felt like there was a lot of people missing that could have actually been on this show. I know some of them on SmackDown, but the people that are usually on Raw were just not here. I actually thought Roman was gonna come out there, so I don't know. It's like people were missing too, but I don't know, man. This Raw after Mania it just wasn't good. And it just didn't feel that as special to me. I don't know why. And I've seen the better ones in the past, but that's when the crowd was hijacking the entire show, going nuts out there. This one, like, they had the energy and everything, but it's just like they didn't let loose until the final 10 minutes of the show. And it just kind of made it lackluster. We didn't see any more, like, other debuts and stuff. Did we see some debuts on SmackDown tomorrow night? Most likely. I'm sure it will. Maybe. I don't know. But there's 3 different sentences I just said there. But I hope SmackDown delivers something tonight after WrestleMania. Listen, it's been a long 3-4 days of wrestling anyways. I'm sure people are tired and spent from this. And Mania was almost 7.5 hours show anyways, and just long as ever and just insane. So it's just been a lot of stuff going on. But it's usually that Raw after Mania crowd, which something big is gonna come on. Michael Cole's voice was just shot, okay? His voice was shot. You need to get that guy on some lozenge and some tea. But he was still able to keep going through this. You could just hear it in his voice that it was spent after last night, okay? It was spent. But that's what I have to say about the Monday Night Raw after Mania. Just something about it's just lackluster. It's just like this 3 hours went by and it almost felt like another episode of Raw. Outside of a little couple things like the beginning segment and maybe Sullivan to an extent, but I think a lot of people thought his debut was meh. In a way, Taker, of course, super humongous pop. The Ambrose thing, I guess that's his last match. So there you go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sami Zayn, good to see him back. Where does this go from here? I don't know, but that's my Monday Night Raw review. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. And make sure you check out my WrestleMania 35 review, NXT TakeOver New York review, and the G1 Supercar review. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace out.